guys, welcome to another day of class. So today we are going to be working with Unit 15. We are going to be starting with Unit 15. It's called A Law Must Be Passed. That's basically like a law must be approved or something like that. So in here we are going to learn how to make recommendations about social issues and how to give opinions about laws and social issues. So make recommendations about social issues and then give opinions about laws and social issues. So basically this is what we have for the first grammar, which is what is this video for. We have grammar focus, giving recommendations and opinions. So I have another material here for the grammar. So we have giving recommendations and opinions. So when you think something is a good idea, we can use the models should, shouldn't, ought, or ought not. So we can say clubs should be required to install soundproof walls. Pet owners shouldn't be allowed to walk dogs without a leash. People ought not to be required to wear a helmet when riding a bike. Or people ought to be required to wear a helmet when riding a bike. So we are using this to express that what I am saying is just something that I think is a good idea, or that will be a good idea for things to work in a better way. But when you think something is absolutely necessary, so basically first we were talking about when something is a good idea, and now when you think something is absolutely necessary, we can use these models. We can use must, mustn't, has to, or has got to. So we have a law must be passed to control the pollution from vehicles. Riding a bike on the sidewalk mustn't be permitted. A rule has to be made to require bike lanes on city streets. Something has got to be done to stop littering, so to stop people throwing garbage on the floor or on the streets, on public spaces. So for example, if you want to say that riding a bike on the sidewalk, if you want to express that you think it's a good idea, you can use shouldn't, like riding a bike on the sidewalk shouldn't be permitted. In here I'm expressing that this is a good idea. But if I think that is absolutely necessary, I say mustn't. So riding a bike on the sidewalk mustn't be permitted. A law, if I want to say that this is a good idea, I can say a law should be passed to control the pollution from vehicles, or a law. But since if I want to say that it's absolutely necessary, I say a law must be passed to control the pollution from vehicles. Also, basically this is what we do. We use should, shouldn't, ought, or ought not to give recommendations and opinions when you think something is a good idea. And we use must, mustn't, has to, and has got to give recommendations and opinions when you think something is absolutely necessary. This is the difference between these two, but in grammar, in structure, they are basically the same. So ought to has the same meaning as should, but is more formal. Traffic signs ought to be obeyed equals traffic signs should be obeyed. So basically should and ought to, and shouldn't and ought not to, are basically the same. They have the same meaning. It's just that ought to and ought not to, we use it to in a more formal way. We use it in a more formal way. So basically in here what we have is the passive voice. If you remember the last class of the passive voice, you can see a law must, we have the model must be, verb be, and then the Past participle, a law must be passed. Writing on the sidewalk shouldn't be permitted. A rule has to be made. Something has got to be done. So we have our model has got to, has to, must, mustn't. We have the verb be, and then we have done. So for example, new highways need to be on the base form, and then the past participle, new highways need to be built. And after that, we are using the infinitive to accommodate cars. So in this case, we are using this infinitive to express the why, to express the reason of my sentence. So new highways need to be built. Why? Like what for? To accommodate cars. So that's what the infinitive is for. For example, a law must be passed. So we have the receiver, a law. We have our model, must. We have the base form of the verb be. A law must be. And then the past participle, passed. A law must be passed. And then my infinitive to express the reason why. A law must be passed. What for? To control the pollution from vehicles. Clubs should be required. So we have should, our model. We have be, the base form of the verb be. We have the past participle, should be required, and then we have our infinitive to install soundproof walls. So basically this is what we are doing. We are using this structure, receiver, model, base form of the verb be, past participle, and then an infinitive to express the reason why we need to do this, or they should be done, or this should be passed, and so on, to give recommendations and opinions. So we are using should, shouldn't, out, and out not, and out not to basically express the same. It's just that out not to and out to are more formal, and these are used when you think something is a good idea. When you think something is absolutely necessary, we use must, mustn't, has to, and has got to. New highways need to be built to accommodate all the cars. Old bridges should be repaired to help traffic flow. In here, she is basically saying this is a good idea. A subway system has to be constructed to connect the major cities. Driving restrictions ought to be increased to reduce the amount of cars on the street. So basically, as you can see, we are using the same structure in here. Model, base form of the verb be, past participle, and then we have our models. Should, shouldn't, out or out not to, must. We have mustn't, has to, and we have has got to. After that, we have the base form of the verb be, out to or out not to, and then we have the base form of the verb be, must be, mustn't be, has to be, has got to be, and then we have the past participle of our verb, required, allowed, required, passed, permitted, made, done. And after that, we have our infinitive expressing the reason why: to install, to walk, to wear, to control. In this case, since the sentence is at the end, we don't have the why, but in this case we do have it: to require, to stop, and so on. So basically, this is it for the grammar of today. I hope you guys understand it, and if not, you can always reach to me in the comments or by Telegram. So thank you very much, guys, for coming, and see you all in the next class. Bye bye.